They told me dolls were creepy, but last weekend I walked into a doll luncheon where grown adults were bidding on vintage AG and crying over American Girl history and accidentally triggering lifelong childhood memories. And I left with a baby stroller for my doll, obviously. This was the Bay Area Doll Club Council Luncheon at Giuffredo's. It's a glam little event where doll lovers of all ages and genders gather to gossip, celebrate, and yes, quietly fight over raffle tickets. And no, dolls are not creepy. You are, if you think so. Right, Megan? Okay, so let's set the scene. I walked into Giuffredo's, this like very Italian mob wife coded restaurant, but instead of wine moms and veal parm, it's American Girl collectors and pearls and clipboards. And there's like 5 dozen women in themed brooches, glittery clipboards, and men, actual straight and gay men. They're fighting over vintage Barbies like it's eBay. And it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's peak cinema. I sat down and immediately Susan Gregory, an angel, saint, queen of Jamie's show, grabs my arm. Sweetheart, you need to pre-order the new collection. I'm like, Susan, I'm broke. And she's like, it takes a year to ship. And I'm like, okay, sold. I shoved 3 raffle tickets into this antique baby stroller because why not? And the rest, all of my other raffle tickets, went into this Mizi doll because I'm nothing if not loyal and mildly delusional. And guess who didn't win the Mizi doll? This girl. But I did win the stroller, which honestly makes me feel like a Victorian widow who collects porcelain babies. I think it's a win, even though I only have a couple babies, including the Lee Middleton doll I won last time. And I'll link the video somewhere so you guys can click on it if you haven't seen it yet. People were actually getting heated over the actions. Like, I heard someone whisper, she wins everything. And I live for that kind of passive-aggressive energy. But in all seriousness, everyone was so sweet and supportive and weird in the best way. Like, 1/3 of the room was from the Bad Doll Club, and we all just vibed. We laughed, we cried, and we judged silently and lovingly. It was like going to church, except with dolls. So something happened during the presentation. I wasn't expecting to get emotional, like, at all. And I was just trying to enjoy my food, you know, I was eating, and then they started talking about the original 5 American Girl dolls, like the ones with the stories that started it all. And when they got to Addy, I swear my whole chest just got tight. Like, we all know she's the doll who escaped slavery. But hearing it told out loud in a room full of grown-ups who also got choked up, you know, I felt it. I felt it in my bones. They told her story so beautifully, and it just hit me how rare and powerful it was that a company in the 90s put a doll on shelves for little black girls that said, your story matters too. Whoa, something's falling. And that your ancestors' pain and your survival in history, it's not a footnote, it's the whole damn story. And I couldn't stop thinking about my friends, especially my close friend, Alex, who's African American. I just saw her in Addy, and I saw my other friend in Molly. She was my first doll as a kid, and I forgot how much that meant to me. And that's what American Girl really did. They made these dolls for every kind of little girl, and I saw them in the room. I saw them. I saw my friends, my sisters, Asian girls, black girls, girls with glasses, buck teeth, girls who didn't grow up rich or perfect or shiny, all of them. It made me want to go back in time and tell my younger self, you're not weird for loving these stories. You're just empathetic. You're not alone. You never were. And if you've ever been made fun of for collecting dolls as an adult, you're not broken. You're actually the kind of person that the world needs more of. Oh no! I lost the light. Make sure it's recording. Yep, okay. So sorry, my light just died. I hope these other ones don't die. And we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Okay, emotions aside, can we talk about Susan Gregory for a second? Because this woman has the luck of a golden retriever in a tennis ball court. She won every LON doll, like every single one. And did I whisper cheater? No, I didn't. Under my breath, possibly. But did I also silently hope her luck would rub off on me? Definitely. But instead of hoarding her wins like some bitter Barbie baroness, she turned around and she hands me a literal stack of handmade Barbie dresses she sewed herself. And they're not just cute, they're like couture. They're handmade, they're so detailed. She made all of them by herself. It's as if Dior had a sewing machine that only did 1/6 scale. I was so overwhelmed with joy. And Susan, if you're watching this, thank you. You literally made my week. You also made me look cheap in comparison, but it's fine. I am fine. Meanwhile, I had exactly one dream, and that was winning the Mizi doll. I put all my tickets in for the Mizi doll, like every single ticket except for the 3 for the stroller. And it was giving desperation, delusion, main character energy, but guess what? I didn't win. But plot twist, I did win the antique baby stroller, which honestly, it felt like something out of Annabelle. It's something she would push at night and whisper, "I like your doll." But the detailing is so gorgeous. It's perfect for my Lee Middleton baby doll from my first bad club meeting, Luncheon. It was really fun. I really had a blast. And I'm not naming any names about. In terms of gossip, there was a little bit of gossip, like people that were winning that had a lot of tickets. I heard whispers of rigged and hoarding. And honestly, I live for the drama. Doll collectors are so sweet, but we're a little slightly unhinged in a loving way. Honestly, that's what made it fun. It felt like the Met Gala, but with dolls and slightly more passive-aggressive energy. Here's the thing people don't get about doll collecting. It's not weird. It's not creepy. It's literally just art, history, fashion, storytelling, humanity. It's in plastic or resin or porcelain, whichever is your vibe. And honestly, if you think dolls are creepy, maybe you're just uncomfortable with joy. I have friends who collect Pokemon cards. I have friends who collect sneakers. And suddenly my little Victorian stroller and porcelain toddler is where we draw the line. Kind of weird to me. And yes, to my sisters and friends, I heard what you said. The dolls are creepy. He treats them like real kids. Lock it up in a closet. Don't let it out. First of all, I am still a real kid, just one with better taste and a soft spot for Barbie and fashion dolls. And second, how dare you slander my artistic children? This is slay culture. You wouldn't understand. Right, Cisco? And what blew my mind the most? It wasn't just women. It wasn't just old ladies. The room was full of men. Half men. The room was filled with half men, and the dolls ranged from black to Asian to Latina to vintage Barbie to bougie Jamie Cho. This wasn't some dusty niche. It was alive, loud, and beautiful. And I'll say this now, American Girl did something that most brands still don't get it right today. American Girl did something powerful. They showed little kids of every background that their stories mattered. That empathy is teachable. That identity is powerful. That play can be revolutionary. I went to a luncheon alone, nervous, awkward, convinced I'd be the youngest person in the room. But I left with new friends. Vintage dresses, a Victorian stroller, and honestly, a full heart. So no, dolls are not creepy. You're just not paying attention. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe because next up is my doll show disaster where I walk in with zero expectations and walk out questioning my entire bank account. Also, should I do a full video just about Addy? Or maybe a ranking of OG American Girls? Based on my childhood? Comment T with Addy if you're down for that. And to my sisters, if you're watching this, I'll be wheeling my baby around in that stroller, okay? Loudly and proudly next time you visit. You've been warned.
sit and eat. We sleep in the backseat. Oh! We knew we had to forget it for now. In order to survive, we put our past aside just to stay alive. But when we're done with this city, we're going back to the hills to take it all back somehow. We're taking it back somehow. Oh no, we don't need another wolf at the door. Oh no, we don't need another wolf at the door. Oh no, we've been through all this so many times before. Oh no, we don't need another wolf at the door.
Oh, little bird, when you step out the shower, what is it that you always write on the mirror? You're up all night. Oh, little bird, in the dead of the day, you're pumping gas in the shadow of a freeway. The gas attendant smiles at you and waves. You feel like you've known him your whole life in some way. It must be hard loving everyone so much. It's hard loving you. Oh, little bird in the wave of the stage. Your mom calls pissed in the middle